very recently. But yeah, this is just this is Diddy's worst matchup. It's hard, but if anyone knows it, it's definitely Tweek. And we've seen Tweek deal with this before. We've seen him even get frustrated dealing with Aquila in this matchup because it's just so challenging. Meanwhile, Syrup got a lot of really crazy wins this year. Was always good, but has only gotten better. I remember, I'm pretty sure Syrup and Anna were in Grands of Big House last year, so no shock to see him all the way up here in Winners Quarters.
All right, yeah, and it seems like so far Syrup's taking the lead here, just being able to get those low percent combos, using the up tilt to pop Diddy up in the air and just trying to stack as much as possible. Give yourself that lead so that you can go mine resources, get a lot more iron to have those burst tools of the minecart and the anvil to deal with. But just throwing him back off stage, really like this aggression that we're seeing from Tweek, and that's what you need, because as soon as we see those stronger stone or iron walls, it's going to be really hard for Tweek to get in. Going to see that up smash take the first stock though, but still, this is not a terrible position so far for Tweek. Has Syrup at 86% right now, and just a banana into like an F smash or an up smash could do it, especially when we're stacking up this damage with the 1-2 hit combos.
Okay, I have never really seen that before, but using the banana bounce off the wall to kind of like create a little hit stop so you can punish minecart with fair. Very high level stuff here, but Diddy, wow! That's someone that's done this matchup 100 times. I know that didn't work out, but Tweek literally had to do that, otherwise it's gonna be dead at 40. And now Syrup up 2 stocks, already got diamond minded here, even if this stock is gone, which maybe it will be soon, but Tweek in a really, really rough spot.
Yeah, and you can see that Syrup's very comfortable with dealing with a lot of these down tilts from Tweek too, DIing out to avoid the back air. But now just can't find this punish on the Steve up B back to center stage.
Nice.
But finds the back air instead on the platform coming back towards the stage. So this is still quite a mountain for Tweek to climb, but we've seen how good he is at finding those combos. It's just a little bit harder when you're dealing with this Steve, especially when he can build those walls that are so hard to deal with as Diddy Kong. You're not going to have a move that's going to hit all 3 of the blocks. So you can see him just fighting his way through with those F tilts. But now we have Diamond online for Steve too. So this is looking kind of rough. You have to avoid those up tilts that are going to add so much extra damage, but good combo here from Tweek.
Yeah, Tweek definitely optimizing as much damage as he can possibly get out of everything, because these shots are really hard to find as Diddy Kong. Like, the things that make him struggle, obviously the blocks are going to be tough, but characters that just aren't on the ground to play his silly little monkey ground game, you avoid a lot of Diddy shenanigans. If you're out of the way of banana, you're moving away from monkey flip kick, he has to kind of like try to contest you with fair, and Steve can just hang out standing on a platform and have access to all his options.
Ooh, I love that there from Tweek, using the F tilt, recognizing that Syrup was going to try to go back onto stage rather than to the ledge, so just resetting that ledge trap, but instead just catching with the anti-air up smash there, and now both on last stock. Tweek at 87%, but don't have a diamond either, so Syrup's going to have to mine a little bit, just breaking through these walls, trying to make it so that Syrup is not able to get that diamond, because with the wood tools, Steve is so much less scary.
Yeah, and Tweek in a pretty good spot. Syrup doesn't have a whole lot of materials, doesn't have diamond or gold, let alone access to the crafting table to like go ahead and find something good if he did have it. Tweek being very careful around that anvil, of course. That's the #1 thing you're going to see Steve go for at a disadvantage. They can rob your stock so quickly, even in shield, because footstool anvil is such a huge problem. So Tweek being really cautious and really closed the gap considering how fast he lost that second stock. But as I say it, unfortunately, footstool anvil is going to take that stock, and that's really, really tough for Diddy, because he wants to throw banana at your shield, he wants to pressure you, he wants to make you panic, but that's such a strong out of shield option just universally. It's not a whole lot you can do about it.
Yeah, I mean, that is so strong, and then you also have to worry about the minecart too, but you don't want to give Steve that space, because then he's able to mine those resources, and once he gets diamond in that endgame, it's so different. It doesn't matter what percent you're at. He can kill you at any time, especially when you're towards the ledge. And so you can see that Tweek's very comfortable with a lot of the traps that we're seeing with like the wall setups, just recognizing that Syrup's trying to knock the minecart into it and catch him on the way back, and just Tweek's not dealing with any of that. He's just running up there with the back air, catching Syrup in the air a lot. But when you have like such an early stock lost with that ledge trap that we saw with the block setup, it's just really hard to fight your way back. So if we see Tweek avoid a lot of those situations off stage, which is like so easy to be like, just don't get hit off stage.
Right, but I mean, there's so much that can go wrong.
Yeah.
Like, Diddy's in an interesting spot when it comes to his recovery, because like, if he is uncontested and no one's messing with him, fantastic recovery. He can go really long distances. But in the scenario we saw with Syrup, if Diddy doesn't have any of that jump momentum, he needs that momentum to stall to charge the barrels. Like, he has to jump and do that. But if he doesn't have the momentum and he's sinking while he's charging barrels, extremely hard to recover. So definitely a hard-fought attempt trying to go underneath, but just tagged that lip, and that unfortunately did it. But let's see what we can get for game 2. That could have been huge for Tweek. That would have been great for the mindset there. Also, Bear taking out 3 dirt blocks. Did not know that was a thing. I didn't know you could just drag that down like that. So definitely high-level, like, matchup-specific answers coming out here.
Yeah, I think it could be helpful for this early game, but as soon as we start seeing like the wood and the stone walls, it's not going to be nearly as helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, Tweek recognizing that he's got to be really careful now. Even with wood tools, of course, Steve isn't necessarily going to kill you, but he can just rack up a crazy amount of damage, and we're starting to see it. A little bit of the nil ladder into the up smash, 57% off that first interaction now. Tweek, I love the way Syrup put that there. Fully cut off monkey flip for Tweek by putting a TNT, and really made him just second guess how he's going to get back to the stage.
Yeah, I think Town is more of a wood stage for Steve, so we're definitely seeing that in a lot of the wood walls. But Tweek just kind of stuck in the situation, trapped in between all of the blocks, uses the banana to find an opening here. Tries to set up the down air, or set up the banana at the ledge, but finds the down air instead. I really love this ledge pressure that we're seeing from Tweek so far. Up tilt gonna pop up in the air. Really good stuff there from Tweek. I love that fair just to avoid the minecart too. Ooh, but now off stage doesn't give Syrup enough time to set up that ledge trap that we saw in the first game though. So Tweek still holding on to this first stock and just trying to find some extra damage here for some extra credit.
Ooh,
oh my gosh, so much stock back.
Even with the optimal DI, just gonna be enough here. So I think I just heard a diamond get crafted. I might have misheard, I'm not sure. But Syrup, once again, still kind of low on materials. Tweek is still putting on a lot of pressure and making it so that Syrup can't just like comfortably camp and get the materials that he needs. Right now, just a single little bit of iron right there. So one minecart or anvil, and that's gonna do it. So gotta reset. But these wood tool combo is gonna give him a little bit of time here. I was mistaken. Now I hear the diamond. So Tweek still has a lead. Syrup still doesn't have a lot of mats, but Tweek is gonna have to stay super in his face and not let Steve play the slower game plan that he excels in.
Yeah, gets the diamond now, so this is a different game here for Tweek, but Syrup out of resources, so this is a good time to go in if he's able to find an opening, but those walls are making it a lot harder. Dash attack actually shutting down a lot of grounded approaches from Tweek as well. Using the barrels, I do love that option, really good to just get rid of all of the blocks, but it can be a little bit more punishable if Syrup's ready for it.
I like the idea, using the barrel to actually just go behind the wall and literally create a safe landing that you wouldn't otherwise have. Great job using your opponent's tools against you. Even percents here. Oh, gonna actually get a trip on the block. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that.
No. Ooh, okay, just tries to go with the call-out F smash, sending Syrup off stage with that fair though there from Tweek, but just not able to find anything on the recovery. Just gets the jump though there with the fair, and Tweek back with the lead, with the stock lead here, but sitting at 101 and against a diamond sword. That is not a very large lead, so this is a little scary, but going to be seeing some big damage here from Tweek. And I love that he just disengages, goes to pull the banana, and have that tool that helps him so much with trying to find an opening.
Yeah, that's one thing I haven't seen. Yet another thing that can make this matchup tough. If Steve has control of the banana and also keeps it behind him and behind the block wall, you are just in a rough spot. And speaking of rough spots, unfortunately, monkey flip kick not going to be enough to beat that minecart. We've seen Tweek handle minecart pretty well for the most part, but it feels like an inevitability to have to deal with that move. Oh. And Syrup being one block too low, not going to be able to stop that recovery. Tweek got very, very lucky.
Yeah, that was so scary there for Tweek, but very lucky with the amount of resources that we have, and I think it just goes to show how good Tweek's pressure has been so far in this match. Just not letting Syrup mine a lot of materials, and it's going to make it really hard when you're wasting a lot of them building those walls to keep Tweek out, but now has Diamond again. This is scary for Tweek, just has to find an opening. Doesn't have the anvil though, doesn't have enough iron.
This could be a huge opening for Tweek if he can find something. He can't minecart, he can't anvil. His disadvantage is a lot less scary here, but Tweek's shield is so low.
Your shield!
Yeah, gotta disengage there. Up tilt even, shield poking. Tweek has to find something here. Still no answers with the minecart because it's not here. Syrup still not mining, just trying to take the stock with just a raw hit from the diamond here. Tweek blowing up those walls. The first minecart and anvil coming out. Once again, left without iron, but a diamond forward air from what looked like max range actually is gonna give Syrup that second game.
Yeah, that was so scary. I think Tweek was playing so well against a lot of those strong hitboxes with the diamond, making sure that he was applying pressure without overcommitting, throwing out something that would be so easy for Syrup to find a hit with to kill because he's so strong with the diamond. But yeah, just at the end of the day, just wasn't able to find an opening there. I think that like a lot of the time he was being popped up in the air above Syrup, and so Syrup would have to commit to a double jump and didn't want to do that, just staying a lot more grounded. But I think Tweek is definitely still in this. Town seems to be very beneficial with the resources that Syrup's able to pull. Like, the wood seems very easy for the barrels to deal with, to just blow up the walls. But man, it's just really hard. I feel like Diamond Steve is just a different beast. He's the best character in the game for a reason, in my opinion.
And now we got Luminosity Tweek taking off the sweater, taking off the ankle weights, trying to find something to actually get a point on the board here. Both those games were so close, but Syrup very clutch. One thing I think that's really interesting when you're dealing with Steve is like, okay, in the very rare times he doesn't have any materials, let alone any iron, you know he can't anvil and you know he can't minecart, so you're like, okay, this is the best chance for me to go in. But I think Syrup respected that, and instead of like trying to like panic and set up a wall in mine to get those resources back, just kept throwing out those diamond hitboxes in case Tweek wasn't careful on his approach. And honestly, that ended up being the difference maker. Instead of just getting that minecart and anvil back, just throwing out those big moves and just hoping that Tweek runs into it. So now Tweek going to be switching into the Sephiroth. We've seen this a couple of times before. Not a bad matchup on paper.
Oh my
but
gosh!
Sephiroth definitely still kind of on the struggle bus overall when it comes to this meta. Should be a better Steve character, but right now Syrup's still in the lead.
Yeah, you're going to have the range with the sword, but I feel like you're going to have a harder time pressuring because you're not going to be nearly as fast. You're not going to have a lot of those mobility options that we typically see from Tweek's Diddy Kong. I do think the stage makes sense for finding approaches, just having the smaller stage with the platform in the middle. But if we see where Syrup is setting up that wall underneath the platform, you're going to have to use it to try to get over it. I think the large hitboxes on the aerials from Sephiroth should help with dealing with a lot of the walls as well, but just you're going to have to fight a lot harder to close the distance between you.
Yeah, you really are. But he does have that, like you said, that crazy range. Like, back air and F-tilt look like they're both great for breaking up blocks. Honestly, counter on minecart is ridiculously strong. So if Syrup kind of like ends up choosing a panic option and Tweek is able to read it, Sephiroth's counter is an amazing tool in this matchup. Even just with him just trying to recover, you can already tell Syrup knows. Syrup is just going for like minecart but dropping it early just because he doesn't want to take the risk there and doesn't want to get countered here. But either way, got ourselves an even game here. A lot of minecarts coming out. Unfortunately, Tweek landing on that one and not able to find his footing just yet. Got to be aware of the TNT, and unfortunately, the Wile E. Coyote setups come for us all, and Tweek loses that stock.
Yeah, but firing right back with the up air too from Sephiroth, such a very large hitbox that covers a lot of space. So I think using that to catch Syrup trying to get out of the corner, trying to get to that middle platform can be really beneficial for Tweek, and we see that there. But now he's kind of trapped in the corner, and he's going to have to fight his way out of there. Not going to have those mobility options. He's going to have to use that double jump, try to fight his way out rather than just like monkey flip towards center.
Yeah, you have to be like really cautious of your Sephiroth movement. No wing online just yet. That could be obviously a huge difference maker here. But it looks like Syrup is fine to just, again, kind of take a little bit of a slower pace here. Doesn't have a ton of materials, but he does have diamond on, so going to be a problem. A lot of iron starting to come in here, so Tweek got to be careful, especially considering Sephiroth not being very light. Got to be really cautious. And diamond F smash roll read is going to be an easy cleanup for Syrup now with the full stock lead.
Yeah, really good stuff there to Syrup to catch that. And now in a really good position as well. Still has the diamond. Oh my gosh, and gets the down tilt too for some extra damage. Tweek fighting his way back with that Octa Slash to make it back to the ledge, but has to find something here at the ledge in order to tie this up. Love the use of Fair to poke. Oh! Doesn't get the tech on the block. I feel like that's something that we see so consistently with Steve's, but I just don't think he was ready for that angle.
I don't think he was either. Yeah, so Tweek going to take that stock off the backboard. Really needed it because Syrup had a lot of momentum there. I feel like Sephiroth is very good at dealing with this character off stage theoretically, but Tweek has got to start finding those bigger answers in practice. That neutral air worked out, but we got to start seeing like maybe those counters, maybe even like a down air if you can find it, or a down smash, but we can't keep letting Syrup get back to the stage for free.
Yeah, and that spike was, or the stage spike was exactly what we needed for Tweek to get back into this game. We see that he has the stock, or the percent lead now, and really just playing a lot more slower. This is his game, and we already have or does Syrup have a diamond?
I don't think he has diamond. Oh, no, he does have diamond. No, he does not have diamond right now. And Tweek has wing, so honestly, a couple hits could decide this. That back air from Syrup almost did it. Tweek barely finding his way out of there, just missing that back air to take the game. Let's see if Syrup can find something. Literally zero materials here against wing Sephiroth. This is going to be tough. Back throw into the block doesn't connect. Tweek gets to live another day because F-Smash is guaranteed in that position.
Yeah, that fair poking right through the block. And I didn't even think about wing in this matchup. Now you are kind of on even playing field with Steve, and that you have a resource that makes you stronger later in the game. Who still didn't get the diamond, didn't get it all the way finished. I don't know if he knows that he didn't get it. It's still in his inventory.
Oh, no!
That was such a good attempt there from Tweek. Tried to go for the up air to catch Syrup with the high recovery, but that anvil, just such a large hitbox, going to catch Sephiroth. And Syrup going to take that set 3-0 and actually tie up the set count to now it's 4-4.